Now, I'm speaking with Larry Rogan. He's the stadium announcer at Dalymount Park. Larry, how long have you been a stadium announcer here at the stadium?
Started in 1990 during their centenary year, and been in there ever since.
What was your most memorable moment at Dalymount Park?
Oh, there's been so many. I suppose before I did the announcers would have been the Rangers match. I think that was a fantastic night, although it was a scary night as well. It was a fabulous night here at Dalymount.
A no-go area was created to prevent fighting inside Dalymount Park, but as it transpired, all these precautions were ineffective in quelling the disturbances which occurred. It was in this supercharged atmosphere that the teams took the field. By half-time, Bohemians had fought back twice with 2 goals by David "Rocky" O'Brien, equalising efforts by Ali McCoist and Dave McPherson. It was during the break that the violence inside Dalymount Park erupted. Several police were chased off the Connaught Street end after they attempted to prevent Rangers supporters from jumping the barriers. 4 fans invaded the pitch, but the UEFA match observer missed the worst of the disturbances. Jock Wallace, the Rangers manager, tried to plead with the supporters, and before the second half got underway, John McClelland also attempted to bring the crowd to its senses. But on the field of play, the glory belonged to a Bohemian side which rose majestically to the occasion. 5 minutes into the second half, Captain Gino Lawless ran at the Rangers' defence and let fly from 20 yards, giving Nicky Walker in goal no chance. But Rangers, unbeaten in 6 Premier League games this season, were not finished. After 56 minutes, Dave McPherson played a good ball out to Campbell Fraser, and his short cross gave chances to Sandy Clark and Ali McCoist before Dermot O'Neill gathered at the second attempt. This was probably Rangers' best spell in the match, and Bohemians' defence was under some pressure. 2 minutes later, and Dave Cooper's free kick was only punched half clear by Dermot O'Neill. Campbell Fraser's volley was blocked by Gino Lawless. But typical of Bohemian spirit on this great night for League of Ireland soccer, they broke swiftly. Jackie Jameson, as usual, was involved, and Larry Wise's pass created the opening. Although this chance came to nothing, Jameson never stopped running. He eventually tackled Rangers left-back Alistair Dawson, and it was this hunger for the ball which saw Bohemians to a famous victory. Jameson nearly made it 4 with this great run and shot in the 64th minute, this time showing his skill down the left. Rangers' twin strikers, Sandy Clark and Ali McCoist, were replaced, a tribute to the Bohemians' defence. The last goal attempt of the match also fell to the Gypsies, Larry Wise hitting the side netting from the free with Walker stretching. Jubilation then for David "Rocky" O'Brien and Gino Lawless, goal-scoring heroes on a night when the entire Bohemians team was outstanding.
I think one of the most poignant nights for me would have been a match we did for a young chap who used to play with the Bohs youths, Michael McKiernan, and it was one of these benefit matches. Brian Kerr 11 against the Bohemians 11. I think they were on the 16th, and the chap was in the ambulance actually on the side of the pitch and came on at the end of the pitch and took an applause, and sadly died later on, you know, and it was a very poignant night. It's one of the nights I always remember here in Dalymount Park.
And will you be sad to see Dalymount go and Bohs move on to their new stadium?
Of course, to be sad. It's been part of my life, so much part of my life here at Dalymount Park. It was reared on the terraces. I think all my brothers and sisters were probably reared on these terraces, running around with my dad. He used to stand on the halfway line, and so many memories here. And I remember the time actually when my father did die, one of the few places I came was to come up in Dalymount and have a moment of remembrance of him. Like our whole family has been steeped in Bohemians and steeped in Dalymount Park. So.
And do you think the people of Fitzroy will miss Dalymount when it goes?
I don't think the people of Fitzroy, and I don't think so, because I don't think a lot of the people in Fitzroy had given a lot to Bohs. A lot of Bohs supporters are from all over Dublin. It's not just Fitzroy or the Cabra area, it's Blanchardstown, Ballymun, even from the south side and all that. So I don't think they miss it, because I think they've been ignoring it, being honest with you, for a long, long time, I think.
And do you recall any of Ireland's international games at Dalymount Park?
Indeed I do, yeah, many. I remember the very first game we played, it was the Don Givens match, and I was lucky enough to nip off school at half time, and I managed to get myself down behind the shed and up on the fence. I remember when Don Givens scored his third goal, came over to the crowd and kissed, and I was standing right in front of it. That was an interesting moment. Also, when they walked into the ground, to see the place so packed, I'd never seen it so full before. It was amazing. I'd never seen so many people in Dalymount Park. Of course, seeing Ruud Gullit make his debut here for Holland, when we were winning, I think we were winning 2-0 at half time. They came back and won 3-2. He moved into midfield and he was a revelation. He was unbelievable.
Can you tell me, have you seen any other events at Dalymount Park that you recall?
Oh, I'll never forget the gig. I'll never forget. I was a huge Tin Lizzy fan. I think I was 17 at the time, and to hear that Tin Lizzy were playing on my ground was something else. And it was a fantastic day down there. It was fabulous, brilliant concerts, and just to see Tin Lizzy here again was just unreal. You know, I'll never forget that.
You think with Bohemians moving on to their new stadium, they'll create a new fan base, or they'll lose a lot of supporters?
I've absolutely no doubt Bohemians will create a new fan base, and I've absolutely no doubt that every kid in Dublin will want to follow Bohs when we do move on and we do put all the structures in place and improve the team. And I've no doubt that this team is going to move onwards and upwards. No doubt about that. So.
Yeah. And for this season, what do you expect from the team this season? What do the fans expect?
But I think the fans, after the last few years, it's been a difficult 2 years for all the fans. It's been hard to come down here and watch the football we played, and I don't want to slag managers or ex-managers off. It's been tough financially, but things have changed, and we can see a bit of a turnaround on the pitch. The class of player is better, and hopefully this year, I think we'll all be happy with just a top 4 spot. Hopefully we'll get into the Santa Cup, and if we're lucky enough, we might win a cup and get into Europe. I think, but we'd be quite happy with the Santa spot, top 4. But already, I think we're happy with the improvement in the football. Well, thanks very much. It's nice to be involved in this, but I hope people will come down to Dalymount Park. We have a few years left here, and hopefully we can get the crowds back in here, increase the atmosphere and keep it going. And we want to try and create the fan base to move around into the new stadiums, and I've no doubt that's going to happen.